I'm going to read The Adventure of Huckleberry, and I love chapter 10, but recording one was failed. So I tried to read chapter 10 again. I like this story. Huck and Jim found a corpse in the cabin. Here you go. After the first someone talked to the dead man and guess how he come to be killed, but Jim didn't want to. He said he was to catch bad luck and decided everything might come and help us. He said a man that one buried, but more likely to go beside empty yard that was plenty and comfortable. That sounded pretty reasonable, so I didn't say no more, but I couldn't keep the phone strings over it, and wishing I knew who shut them and what they done. We launched the closest to the garage and found $8 in silver sewed up in the lining the old blanket of coal. Jim said he like 100 people in the house stole the coal, and because if they didn't know that the money was theirs, they wouldn't allow it. I said I like on they killed him then too, but Jim didn't want to talk about that. I said, now their thing is bad luck. But what do you say? When I catched the snake skin and I found on top of the lychee before yesterday. You said it was the worst bad luck in the world to catch her snake skins with my hands. Well, it was bad luck and legally old and destroyed and $8 beside. Actually, we could have some bad luck and like this every day, Jim. Never mind, honey. Never mind. Don't you get too hurt. That's a coming in mind, and I tell you, because I'm not coming. It did come to, it was a Tuesday that we had that talk. Well, after dinner Friday, it was raining around in the grass at the upper end of the richest and got out of the tobacco. I went to the cabin to the sound and found a rattlesnake in there. I killed him and called him up down the foot of Jim's blanket. I was so naturally thinking they beat some. And the fun when Jim found him there, and well, by night I forgot all about the snake. And when Jim flung himself down to blanket, and while I struck a light, the snake's mate that was there, and I beat him. He jumped up yelling, and then first thing in the right shoulder was the burning curl up, and then let it go out of the spring. I let him out in a second with a stick, and Jim grabbed the pipes and whiskey jug and then began to throw it down. He was barefoot too, and the snake had reached him right on the hill. That all comes up to mind, to being such a fool as to not remember that wherever you leave a snake, the snake meat always comes there and goes around it. And Jim told me to chop off the snake's head and to throw it away, and then the skin and the body and the bones and the piece of it. I own it. He eat it and then said it would just have to cure him. He made me take off the ladders and tie them on his wrist too. He said that would have then I should leave out quiet and then throw the snakes clearways amongst the brush and the fly ones and going to let him find out it was all my fault. Not that I could have it. Jim sucked and the jar and now and then he got out of his head and twitched around and yelled, but every time he calmed himself, he went to sucking at the jar again. It would swell up the pretty quick, and so did his leg, and by and by the drunk had begun to come, and so I judged he was all right, but I'd rather being beat with a snake than Pop's whiskeys. Jim was latest for days and nights, and then the swellings was all gone and he was around again. I made up my mind and I wouldn't ever take a hole and over a snake skins again with my hands. Now that I see what had come of it, Jim said he'd like an hour to visit him next time. And he said that handling snapped skin and then was such a awful bad luck, and then maybe we hadn't gone to the end of it yet. And he said he'd rather see the new moons of his left shoulder as much as 1,000 times than take up a snake skin in his hand. Well, I was getting to feel that was Myself, though, I've always reckoned that looking at the new moon over your left shoulder in one of the carelessest and foolishest things over there can do. Hank the Banker's done it once and bragged out about it. And in less than 2 years, he got drunk and fell off of the shut and towers and spread himself out so that was just the kind of layers that you may say. Let's read him at waist between two barn doors for a coffin, and buried him so. So they say, but I didn't see it, and Pap told me. But I know you all come to looking at the moon and the rays like a fool. Well, the days went along, and then the river went down between its banks again, and about the first thing, and then we was to bait of the big hook, and then with a skin rabbit, and to set it, and to catch it catfish. That was as big as a man. We put 2 inches long, and then weighed about 200 pounds. We couldn't have him. Of course, he was flying us into Illinois, so we just sat there and watched him and cheer around his down into the pond, pressed the buttons in his stomach and around the wall, and lots of lovely, and we split the whole open with the hatchet. There was just food in it, and Jim said he had it there long times to coat it over, and make a bowl of it. It was as big as a fish as was ever catched in Mississippi. Jim said he hadn't ever seen a bigger one. It would have been worth a good deal over at the village. It fell out such a fish that by the pound is a market house, and there everybody buys some of him, as meat as white as snow, and makes a good fry. Next morning I thought it was getting slow and dull, and I want to get a storing up the stomach. I said I reckoned I would sleep over the liver, find out what was going on. Jim liked the notion, but he said I must go in the dark and look sharp. Then he started it over and said, and couldn't I put on some of them stole things to dress up like a girl? And that was a good notion too. So I shot him up to one of the calico gowns, and I tied up my trouser legs to my knee and got it secured behind it with hooks, and it was perfect. I put on the sunbonnet and tied it under my chin. Then put over these to look in at my face was like looking down a joint of stovepipe, and Jim said nobody should know me. When the daytime hobble, I practiced around all day to get a hang of things, and by and by I could do pretty well in them. Only Jim said, and I didn't walk like a girl, and he said that I must quit fooling out my bones to get at my breast pocket. I took notice, and done better. I started up the Illinois shores in the canoe just after dark. I started across the towns from a little below the fair landing, and the drift of the current to fetch it. Me at the bottom of the town. I tied up and started along the bank, and there was a light going in a little shanty that hadn't been living for a long time, and I understood who had took up the quarter there. I slipped up and peeped at the window, and there were women about 40-year-old in there knitting. I came that was on a fine travel. I didn't know her face. She was a stranger, for you couldn't shout at face in the town. I didn't know. Now, this was lucky, because I was weakening. I was getting afraid. I had become, and people might notice my voice and find me out. But if this woman had been in such a little town today that she could tell me all I want to know, and I knocked at doors and made up my mind, I wouldn't forget how I was going.